ability in writing. It'll give you an avenue to express yourself. Do you guys watch the Freedom Writer movie?
No, that wasn't this class.
It wasn't this class. Have they watched it? Have you watched it before?
Yeah.
That's an excellent example, guys. If you have the opportunity to sit down and just saying what you're feeling, you won't take it out on a loved one. You know, I have a very strenuous schedule. Usually I'm up at around 7, and a lot of times, especially during finals, I'm not home till midnight. I have 2 daughters. I have a lovely wife. Yes, I'm married up. I understand that, right? And she's home with 2 children all day. I'm tired. I'm cranky, and when I get home, you know, sometimes it's hard not to let the words fly. Your words, along with your writing, can really have an effect on people. You know, saying kind words. I mean, you've seen it. How do arguments escalate? People start calling names. They stop listening. Listening. That's super important. But instead of getting to that point, if you're feeling angry, write it down. You're going to come back to that, and you're going to be able to express that emotion in a very clean and a very encouraging environment. And I tell you what, guys, it'll work wonders. Don't take my word for it. Next time you're feeling pissed, and I'm sure you have plenty to feel pissed about, sit down and write about it. Now, writing professionally. Any questions? Feel free if you have any questions. I know you guys don't like these. Go ahead.
Why do you like writing?
Why do I like to write?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like to write. I like to tell stories. Go ahead.
The House of Grades just ended up being like one of your angry journals that you just started writing.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. That's a funny story. No, with writing, I chose a field that, well, I want to be a litigator. Does anybody know what a litigator is? A litigator is someone who gets up in front of a courtroom, and I do what I'm doing right now. I talk to you about whatever it is, a case I'm trying. Let me give you an example. I did a mock trial about use of drug paraphernalia and the conspiracy to get drugs. And I got up there, and I did a direct examination, I did a cross-examination, I gave a closing argument, and it was all mock, so it wasn't a real trial. But that's what I hope to do. I hope to be able to get up in front of people, and I hope to try cases. Now, I don't want to do any sort of criminal work. I'd like to do some sort of insurance work. But that does not involve a lot of writing. For myself, you know, I find writing difficult. It's hard for me. It really is. The House of Grey is around, I'm struggling to keep it under 200,000 words, which is about a 700-page novel. And I don't like to write. But what I do like is I like the effect that the story has on people. I like being able to create images in your mind and to tell you whether it be something philosophical, something action, or something stupid. How many arguments, I don't know, how far are you guys in the story?
We are about 15 minutes into episode 8. So, like, they're at the gym, and Monson just had his first, like, real deal with the guys, and
with the guys,
head thing,
and the angry sequence. Has anyone ever felt like that? Someone pushed you down, you just want to punch them? Well, his is a little bit more serious, and you'll get into that later in the story. But I like to be able to tell you a story. The way that the House of Grey came about, sidebar, the way that the House of Grey came about is Mandy and I, when I was in college, we worked opposite schedules. I went to school in the morning, I worked at night. Mandy was working about a 10-hour shift at, where were you sitting at a chiropractor's office? At a chiropractor's office. So I did not see my wife, and it was not fun. You can only be into dating so many times until you got to find something else to do, right? So I come home, I'd have 3 hours, and so I read. I'm pretty good with homework. I usually got my homework done, and when I got into college, I dicked around in high school, guys. Seriously, 3-0. And I did not apply myself at all, right? I didn't apply myself, so I went up to college. I served a mission in the Philippines. I was there for 2 years. When I got back, I went to college. I got married. I found my beautiful wife. I got married. I went to Boise State, and I decided to get serious about school. I got real serious, so I studied hard. But I also had a lot of free time, and so I started reading. At the end of a particular terrible book, it was bad. I don't even remember what it was anymore. But I was like, that ending was terrible. Like, I read like 7 books. And I was like, that's the ending you're going to give me. I was lit. I was very upset. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to write a book. And pretty much everyone in my family laughed at me. Seriously, including her. She got on board a little bit later, but that's kind of the story. Some of the scenes in the House of Grey came from a dream. a scene that you guys are going to see actually in the next chapter. Casey is going to meet a young lady. I don't want to spoil it for you. She's going to meet a young lady, and some funny things are going to happen. And that was actually the first scene, and Miss M can tell you about it later. It was actually a dream, and so that's one of the first scenes that I wrote. But writing professionally, it's a difficult road. What I'm doing with the podcasting, I'm just putting it up for emphasis. And so you guys can see my cool pants.
Nice.
With podcasting, it's a new marketing. It's a new marketing. It's a marketing. That's all it is. It's for me to get my stuff out to you guys so you can see if you like it. Have you ever bought a book and be like, that book sucked?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time, right? This way, you can trial this book, and if you like it, you can go and buy it. If you don't, thanks for listening. I do this not because I'm expecting to make a ton of money. I do it because I love it. I really do. And in the process, I've come to love writing. I'm not great at it, guys. To be completely honest with you. I know that sounds weird coming from me because I have written a book. But I'm not really real great at it. I have to rewrite it. What's that?
Nothing.
Thank you. No peanuts in the comment, Colin. I have to rewrite and rewrite and rewrite, and I still make mistakes. Fact number 2, you will always have to rewrite, guys. There is no one who writes a draft perfectly first. In the law field, in the writing field, in any field, you'll always have to rewrite. So, that should not stop you from writing.